gymnasts that are currently out of competition, and Coach Dee Dee Bros said that she would like to make changes to the lineup, but that's not going to happen until after this Alabama meet. So there's some added stress on the lineup that they currently have. All 6 of their athletes have to be consistent, nailing every handstand and sticking every dismount if they want to defeat this Alabama team.
Now, speaking of Alabama, as we mentioned, the top-ranked team in the country, seems they can't do anything wrong, at least so far this season. They're anchored by senior Morgan Dennis. She is the second-ranked all-arounder in the country, and everyone's going to be in for a treat tonight. She is taking on the #1 all-arounder in the country, and LSU's Susan Jackson.
Well, you have 2 amazing athletes. In fact, they have a lot in common. They competed together on the U.S. national team, and you can describe both of them as power-packed gymnasts. They are incredible on all 4 events. For Morgan Dennis, though, the event to watch is vault. She has a jaw-dropping vault that's going to take your breath away. And for Susan Jackson, she's ranked #1 because she's incredible on all 4 events. However, her floor routine stands out with powerful tumbling and a lot of personality. And for either one of these seniors, they could take the all-around. It's really going to depend on who hits all 4 events.
Well, of course, Alabama the favorite in this one. However, don't forget, LSU took one from the Crimson Tide last year in Tuscaloosa, so it is SEC gymnastics at its best. When we come back, the Olympic rotation begins with LSU on the vault, Alabama on the bars. You're watching SEC Gymnastics on CSS.
SEC Gymnastics Championship, March 27th, Jacksonville.
Dee Dee, a year ago, your LSU Tigers beat the Alabama team at Alabama. What's it going to take here tonight to make that happen again here on your home turf?
Well, we're going to have to be consistent and stay in the process. It's going to take sticking landings, doing all of those little things that we've really pressed this week in practice to do. So, we'll see. I think we're ready.
Well, best of luck to your team.
Thanks.
We'll start with the Olympic rotation. LSU will start on the vault, Alabama on the bars. This is Sabrina Franceschelli, the senior, one of LSU's 4 returning All-Americans.
She actually has a very unique vault. We're going to take another look at it. It's a Yurchenko full-on, very difficult. Off the table, performs a tuck flip. That vault does start at a 10.0 and a very solid landing.
And she finished 9.725. On the bars now for Alabama, Morgan Dennis leading off, a senior, ranked #2 nationally in the all-around.
Well, she's ranked #2 because she has dynamic release move right here. Pike Jaeger, great distance, comes right back with a bail to handstand. On this event, the judges are really looking for every athlete to hit those handstands straight up to vertical. She finishes this routine with a very difficult dismount double front. Very nice. The reason that dismount is so difficult is because it's a blind landing. She actually is coming to the ground, cannot see the ground before she's hitting it, so it's very important she gets enough rotation right here off the bar and turns that flip all the way around.
She finished with a 9.80. Ashley Lee, now the sophomore for LSU, posted a career-high 9.9 on the vault at the Lady Luck Invite.
Well, this is the vault you're going to see all day long, the Yurchenko full, so it's coming down to that landing right there. The judge is looking for body position in the air, along with height off the table, spotting the landing, and of course, taking a 10th there or so on that landing.
Summer Hubbard now, a senior, competing as an all-arounder for the first time this year.
Well, another great vault, Yurchenko full. Little pike down, you can see her feet were apart on the landing. Still going to be a great score for LSU. She comes into this table, doesn't get quite enough height, having to pike it down there. And of course, really the only deduction was on the landing.
And she finished with a 9.80. Up for Alabama now, Geralen Stack-Eaton.
Now the pressure is on. They have had one mistake. She releases up to the high bar, back down to the low bar. Beautiful. Alabama's a team that really has a lot of difficulty throughout the routine. Great release moves. Beautiful giant full, right to a double tuck. Looks like they're back on track.
Reflected in the score, a 9.85.
Let's take another look here as she winds up for a dismount. She does a giant full pirouette, right to an immediate double tuck. Great lift off the bar, able to spot the landing and come in for a nice, clean dismount.
And up now for LSU, the hometown girl, Gloria Johnson, a sophomore from Baton Rouge.
Yurchenko full. That's the kind of landing LSU is going to need. This is a really tough event. Most of these girls start from a 10.0, so it's very easy for the judges to find deductions. You can see right there, she spots it and nails it.
The stuck landing got her a 9.9. Her teammate Kassi Priess looking to try to get things back on track for Alabama.
Kassi is beautiful on this event. Starts off another huge release. Very nice. Comes right back with a clear up handstand to bail handstand. There again, very important that they hit those vertical lines. She winds up for a dismount, finishing with a double layout. Beautiful. That's the kind of routine you're used to seeing from Alabama.
A 9.9 on that one. Sarah Patterson, of course, pretty happy about that.
That's right. This is another look at her dismount, a double layout. Gets just enough rotation, spots the landing, and fights for every 10th.
Now up for LSU, the top all-arounder in the nation, Susan Jackson, the senior from Spring, Texas.
Susan does the same vault we've been seeing all day long so far, but it really stands out. She gets tremendous height and, of course, a huge score.
9.95 for Susan Jackson. Ashley Priess, now the sophomore, ranked 7th nationally in this event.
Another beautiful routine here. She has some incredible pirouettes, beautiful release moves, right to a pack salto. A little bobble there. She was supposed to actually pirouette over. Will be a small deduction, not as big as a fall. She gets ready for that dismount again. Another double layout. A little short there on the landing. Of course, her knees buckled, and that is a deduction as well. You can just see as they leave the bar, it's really important they generate enough speed and rotation so they're able to complete the flip. She lands with her chest forward. You can see her knees buckle, and of course, 1/10 there on that step.
9.85 for Ashley. Alabama, of course, off to a shaky start. Taking a look at